Hello class, my name is Kate Mashane, and today I'm going to be speaking on sunlight exposure and all the different elements that come along with that, as well as benefits from being in the sunlight, how much sunlight you should be getting, and the different effects on different categories. So first we're going to talk about effects on mental health. Sunlight exposure increases serotonin. Serotonin is the chemical released in your brain, and it's called the feel-good chemical. This is very important because when you're in the sunlight, that's why when people think of summertime, they think of happy at the beach, this, that. Because when you're in the sunlight, you naturally just feel happier because that's serotonin release. So many people who are experiencing depression, anxiety, or just feel trapped, or any type of symptoms associated with not being happy or not being satisfied, are encouraged to be out in sunlight to help increase their mental well-being. Currently, I was doing research, and light therapy is a common treatment that is becoming more popular, which I had seen online for a little while ago. So this is a box with a light inside, and that's a specific light bulb that stimulates melatonin and serotonin production. This is typically used during winter because these are the months during the year when there's less sunlight. So it's very, very common for people to experience the SAD disorder, which is the seasonal affective disorder. When people are experiencing this, they're experiencing more sadness, more depression, because they're unable to get that serotonin chemical boost from being in the sunlight, because of course it's not there. According to healthline.com, sunlight cues special areas in the retina, which triggers the release of serotonin. So when you're going into the sunlight, it's going into your retina, and while it's going to your retina, that's when it triggers the serotonin to your brain to then make you feel more happy. So it's very, very important to be getting your sunlight for your mental well-being. I have even heard, and I had read a couple of things, it's not completely backed up, but people even saying that when you first step outside, you shouldn't be wearing sunglasses because your brain isn't able to get the same reaction that it would if it wasn't wearing sunglasses and it's feeling the sunlight through its eyes. So for the first few minutes, some people recommend not wearing sunglasses, and then you can put them back on after a few minutes to then protect your eyes, of course, but you're then getting the retina special area cued so that then your brain can release the optimal amount of serotonin and therefore becoming the optimum amount of happiness that you can get from sunlight. So along with this, there's also many effects that sunlight has for our physical health. So when you're going outside in the sun and you're getting that optimal sunlight exposure, that is when you are getting your vitamin D production. Vitamin D supports the immune system and strengthens your muscles, which is very, very important. Sunlight may also lower your blood pressure, which is very important for healthy cardiovascular health, which you will thank yourself later when you're older and you may be experiencing high blood pressure. It's very important now to be getting your sunlight exposure, which is going to help regulate your blood pressure and keep your cardiovascular health at its optimal place that it can be now at its best. Another amazing thing that sunlight exposure can do for you is it can actually help you sleep better at night. And this is because greater sunlight exposure is going to regulate your circadian rhythm, which is when you feel tired at night, when you want to wake up. And this is because when you're in the sun during the day, it's going to suppress the melatonin production because your body doesn't need melatonin because it's bright outside. So as soon as the sun sets, it's getting darker outside, your body's going to want to compensate for the melatonin it didn't make earlier in the day. And this is going to lead to a boost in melatonin, which is then going to, of course, make you sleepy because melatonin is responsible for that sleepiness that you're going to feel at night, making you want to go to bed. And this is going to lead you to be less likely to experience insomnia and fatigue, which is something that's very common nowadays, especially with blue light and the devices that we're on. So getting your sunlight exposure can definitely help with some sleeping problems that you may be facing. According to psychologytoday.com, most people are spending all of their waking hours, or a big chunk of their waking hours, in artificial lighting places. This lifestyle disconnects us from our circadian rhythm and leads to a decline in mood as well as a poor quality of sleep. And this is because of you not getting that crucial sunlight exposure, and therefore, like I discussed, you're not going to be getting that suppressed melatonin, and you're not going to be getting that happiness boost that's going to also make you feel like you did more during the day. And just, if you're feeling mentally stable, you're also going to be going to sleep earlier. You're just going to feel more in control of your life. So all of these things are connected, and it's all going to be very important in your lifestyle. Lastly, according to University Medical Center of New Orleans, in order to stimulate vitamin D production, you should be spending 10 to 15 minutes in sunlight without sunscreen. So it's very small a small chunk of your day that you have to take out of all the hours that you're doing things to help your body, help your mind, help everything. And I guarantee that if you do this, you will see a big change, and you will also maybe get a little tan, I don't know. So I hope you enjoyed listening about sunlight exposure and the different effects on mental well-being, physical well-being, and your sleep patterns. And I hope that you guys were able to take something away from this. Thank you.